Hey guys, and welcome to another Runescape video. Today I'm about to release a video that I have been wanting to for quite a while, and it is my daily run. What I do every single day, or at least I try to every single day, to make quite a bit of profit from pretty much doing nothing, just by buying stuff from shops, doing daily stuff that's for free, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to mention pretty much everything. I won't do everything because I don't have a certain quest done to do certain things. Like, for example, as a first resort, I can't buy a potion flask or do whatever that quest does. I know a lot of people use that as a daily. So I will make mention of the stuff that I am not including in this video. It's a very tiny list, but I feel like I should mention it. And there's a pretty big hefty list that I'm about to show you that will make you a bunch of money. So without further ado, let's get started. Before we actually do the run, I want to run through what we're buying and what we're getting and collecting from all these different stops. So let's start with broad arrowheads. The cost for your broad arrowheads are going to be around 300k GP. If you're buying all 6,000, it's going to be exactly 300k. The locations require 2 Slayer Masters. Doesn't matter. I'm going to show 2 specific Slayer Masters in the run once we get to that. And when you sell it in the GE, you're going to get around 400k to 520k. That's around 180k to 220k profit. Our next buy is going to be yak hides. You can buy 1,000 yak hides every day in Jatizo for 50k GP. So that's virtually nothing. And you could sell it in the GE for around 420k plus. Now I say plus because once double XP comes around, that price skyrockets, so it goes up. You might want to hoard these until the next double XP weekend. Our next stop is going to be feathers. The cost for 8,000 feathers, you can get more if you go to certain locations that require certain quests and other kind of stuff, is 48k for 8,000. Now there are many locations. I will rattle them off right now quickly. You will see them once we go through the run in order of all these different kind of dailies. Lumbridge, Port Sarim, Shanty Pass, Shiloh, Fishing Guild, the Miscellanea, and the one across from Miscellanea, and Relica. And this will result in you selling all the feathers for 160k plus in the GE. Next up we have Viswax, the famous Viswax, the Rune Sync. This Viswax is crazy. The cost varies depending on the rune combinations that you use. You can have blood, law runes, and death runes for a perfect combination, and that'll cost you a lot. Or you can have something like mine, chaos, and water runes, and that won't cost you anything. So I'm assuming that you guys have some runes in your inventory to get 80 Viswax roughly. And that is 475k in the GE. 100 Viswax, the perfect amount that you can get every day, is around 590k in the GE right now. The price can go up and down depending on the time of this video when you're watching it. So, you know, that price could change. Make sure to use the FC Viswax for your daily combos. That they update that every day, so it's a very nice FC to use, and this is obviously located in the Wizard's Tower. Before we go on to the actual run of doing all of these, timing it and selling it for our profit, I will mention later on in this video some other daily stuff that you can do, such as divine locations, farm runs. I'll go more in depth on some of those things later on in this video. That won't be included in our focused profit run that we're about to do right now. To start off the run, you're going to want to have a few items on you. Some are optional, some are required. You're going to want the Wicked Hood for your Viswax teleport, and an optional BOB to store the yak hides to quickly bank and deposit your yak hides. And you can also bring in some teleports, some teleport tabs. I might use a teleport tab for my house to get to the glory, to get to Shanty Pass. But all of those are optional. You should be fine with lodestones. So let's get started with step number 1. To start off our run, we're going to teleport with our Wicked Hood and do our daily Viswax. The combos for the runes change every day. Make sure to go in the Viswax FC to get your combo and see which one works for you. 80 to 100 Viswax is okay in my book. Some of you may want to go for 100 perfect Viswax. Next up, use your lodestone system and travel to the Fremi province. Head west into the shopping plaza and buy your first set of feathers. Trade the fishmonger and buy your 1k feathers. Next up, go to the Miscellanea boat, travel there, and buy your 2 new sets of feathers. One fish trader will be located on the west side and the other on the east side. Once you buy your feathers from this island, go back to the boat and travel back to the Fermi area. Make your way north to the nearest northern pier to travel to Jatizo. Make your way to the most northern pier and travel to Jatizo. Enter the bank, bank your feathers and your Viswax, and buy your 1K yak hides. Remember that this requires a partial completion of the Fermi Isles. Once you have bought all your yak hides, travel to Karamja by using the lodestone and head north to the Shiloh cart. Once in Shiloh village, head east to the fish trader, and buy your new set of 1K feathers. After you do this, climb up this ladder to meet your first Slayer Master. Trade him and buy your first set of broad arrows. Next, teleport to the Artie lodestone and head north to the Fishing Guild. Once in the Fishing Guild, head northwest, trade the fishermen over here, and buy your new set of 1K feathers, and then travel to Port Sarim. Once at Port Sarim, head north to the first store, trade this guy over here, and buy another set of 1K feathers, and then continue to your Lumbridge lodestone. Head towards the Lumbridge crater, and if you want, you can grab a teleport tab to your house if you have a mounted glory, which will be to our next step, and then trade Hank for another set of 1K feathers. And again, if you have a mounted glory, use the teleport to house, use your mounted glory, and go to Shanty Pass. Trade Shanty over here for another set of 1K feathers. Finally, teleport to Taverley, head south, cross the bridge, and trade the Slayer Master. Him you need to go to, it's required. You can't go to another Slayer Master. You have to go to one Slayer Master and then this guy in Taverley. Scroll down and buy your last set of broad arrows and you are done. So there we go, there is my daily run. Let's go on to the price check of all the stuff we just bought, and then I will include some other daily stuff that you might want to do that includes XP and other sorts of mini profits every day. And here we go, here is our loot from my daily run. I like to say my daily run because I know people will still comment the stuff that I did not include, and like I said, I will mention that after this clip. So here is the profit that we made from our broad arrows, and let me get my feathers out. Broad arrows, feathers, Viswax, and yak hide. So just from all this is 1.6 mil profit. Now, not really profit because we did spend around 400k to 450k. I give that price range because there is some other stuff that you can buy that I will mention later, so it depends on how much you use. For us, we spent around 450k, maybe 400k, because the 100 Viswax, we used some very cheap runes to get. So that is a nice, very nice, hefty profit thing that we can get every day, daily, and it only takes around 14 minutes. I did time myself getting all of this stuff, and it took around 14 minutes while I was clicking record and stop recording, so you know, you could get this at less time. So it's pretty cool, and the most time to get is definitely the 1K yak hides. Broad arrows, yak hides, Viswax, and feathers. So I got my feathers now, and we get 1.6 mil. So this is crazy for my daily run. It's pretty cool. Now you can definitely get a lot more. You can get around 2 mil, depending on the stuff you do on your daily. I will mention some other stuff that you can do, but I can't do it because I don't have certain quests and tasks done, but I will mention them so people don't comment them later on in the comment section. So 1.6 mil from this run. It really doesn't require anything. The broad arrows don't require anything other than smoke and kills. I'm assuming that most people have that done. Yak hides, it requires partial completion of Fermi Isles. Viswax doesn't require anything, and most of the feathers that I bought from don't really require anything. They do require some quests, but I'm assuming that a lot of you have that done. So let's get on to some of the other stuff you can do that I didn't mention, and some other stuff that will give you XP every day and some other cool mini profit gains. Some other dailies that you might want to do include Divine Locations. Divine Locations are a daily thing, and it does hit a limit every single day. As you can see, it is not the reset time, so I did hit my limit, but you want to come to World 2 or World 48. World 48 includes yew trees, but it does have a 2400 total requirement. So you can come to World 2 at reset time, which is 4 hours for me, and you can get some yew trees, some rocktails, some divination XP, some mining XP, some hunter XP, and that also includes some items that you can sell. So it's a great thing to do daily. You can get some herbs here, and I highly suggest doing this. If you don't do anything on the list, at least do this, because this is almost free XP and free money in at least 5 minutes at reset time. Another daily that you might want to do are your Wicked Hood teleports. You can now buy teleports from the GE, these teleports for any rune you want, but you always get a daily 2 teleports every day. So if you want to get some nature runes, some law runes, you can always teleport there, and of course craft them twice a day, and it's pretty cool. This is great for Ironman. I highly suggest all Ironmen to do this because you don't have the GE. So here you go. You got 79 nature runes. This is my first run, 22k, times that by 2, I get an easy 45k in 1 minute. So it's a nice little daily to do. This next daily that I'm going to have to mention for the other dailies you can do is probably something I don't need to mention, and it is the daily challenges that you get every day. So if you go to the challenges tab, go to daily, you get a bunch of daily challenges you can do. Some of them suck, especially if you're not a max player and you can select which ones you get. But you can always do your 46 cave fish, you can do your blood runes from Runespan, you can do some truthful shadow cores and get lots of XP, bring it to this lady over here in Prif, or you can go and birth rope. It works the same way. Turn in your challenges and get a bunch of XP and some items. So you can also talk to this lady, toggle max challenges, and the skills that you have 99 in, you can cancel those out, so you won't get herblore challenges, thieving challenges, summoning challenges, and you will only get these ones that you don't have 99s in, or the ones you don't select. So that's a pretty cool feature to this whole daily challenge thing. Make use of it. The next daily you guys should always do every day that brings tons of free XP is Jack of Trades. A video annotation will be on the screen right now for my personal Jack of Trades run. This is the inventory that I use. I put it on. I have the Supreme version, which requires me to get 20 XP in 20 different skills. There are different tiers of this. One for 15 different skills and one for 20 different skills. So you would put that on, activate it. I can't yet until reset, and I go on my merry way and get all my 20 XP or 20 skills with XP. Then you talk to this guy or the guy in the Varrock Square, the one by the fountain. He gives you a reward book, and you can put it on any skill you want, and it gives you around 10k XP to 15k XP depending on what level you are. If you're a lower level, you're probably not going to get that much, but if you're, let's say, 80 plus or 75 plus, you're going to get around 10k plus XP in that desired skill. So it's an awesome daily to do, and you guys should definitely do it if you have this aura in your bank. Another daily that really isn't considered a daily, but a lot of people do it as a daily, are your farm runs, your herb runs, your bushes, your tree runs. That stuff you can do every day, twice a day, depending on what plants you have growing. So I like to do 5 herb runs along with 1 bush, including my trees. So it's easy money. You guys should know this by now. You can get some nice snapdragons, you can plant your dwarfweed seeds and get around maybe 100k to 200k a run, an herb run, depending on how many you get. Use your Green Fingers Master Aura if you have it, and you're in for a lot of money and quite a bit XP if you add it up every day you do it. The last daily that I want to mention are ports. I'm not extremely knowledgeable in ports, but I know that a lot of people do this and they recommend you to do this. So do it every day depending on how many ships you have. Just send them off, get your resources up. As you can see, I barely have any, but I try to do it every once in a while. You can also come back every Wednesday, talk to Meg, click help, and she will give you some XP. So it's pretty cool. Do your ports, and you will get some nice tier 80 armor, and it'll be a lot of fun for your Slayer task and stuff like that. Also, you need a 90 skill in, I think, Herblore, Fletching, Runecrafting, one of those to even start ports. So you need quite a high level in a certain skill to even start it. During this section of the video, I'm going to tell you what stuff I did not mention. Some of the things I did not mention are the Miscellanea, aka Kingdom Management. If you go there every day, you can collect some resources, or you can go there in a month from now, as long as you have money in your kingdom, and collect a ton of resources. You can get quite a bit of profit from there. There are many videos out there that you can watch where they've done 6 months of kingdom, and they got their resources back, and they sold it in the GE. So you can always check those kind of videos. I might link one in the description for you to watch, and it's some nice profit over a long period of time. Another thing I did not mention are battle stabs in Varrock, and I believe you could buy them one other spot. I can't think of it on top of my head, but if you do some Varrock task, you can buy around 40, I believe, battle staffs from the staff seller in Varrock, right next to the loyalty shop guy in the Varrock Center. So you can always buy those battle staffs, sell them in the GE, and make some money. And that's all I have for you for the stuff I didn't mention. So before we go, I wanted to mention a few things. So if you do this every day, let's say you make 1 mil every day from your daily runs, just from what I showed you with these 3 items right here, you can make around 30 mil a month. It's pretty crazy. So 30 mil a month for 14 minutes to even less time every day, that's quite a bit of money depending on how much you play RuneScape and how much you're devoted to this game. So I would highly recommend to at least do your yak hides and your broad arrows every day, and definitely the Viswax. The feathers are definitely optional, but they do give quite a bit of money. 160k, well 120k after the cost for all the feathers. That's still quite a bit, especially for the lower levels. The feathers is probably what you want to go for to make a little bit of money. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you noticed anything I missed, even after all the disclaimers and all the stuff I mentioned, please go ahead and comment down below. Feel free to do that, and I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below. And I will see you all next time.